What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka All Fires. Now, if you were hoping that this upcoming weekend's D23 Marvel Studios presentation would revisit Avengers 5 and Avengers 6 with more updates, you'll be disappointed, because they're not going to do that. In fact, they'll probably have an indelible line between the two presentations in that they're going to talk about stuff this upcoming weekend they didn't have a chance to touch on during San Diego Comic-Con, like Daredevil Born Again, Wonder Man, maybe films like Blade and Armor Wars, but for sure, the stuff coming on Disney Plus like Eyes of Wakanda and Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, we also suspect them to finally talk about Marvel Zombies. But in the meantime, we do have some new updates coming out about Avengers 5. Now, in the wake of the announcements, we heard that Stephen McFeely, one half of the famous Marcus and McFeely duo that penned the original Russo Infinity War and Avengers Endgame films, would be back to write Avengers 5 and Avengers 6. But considering the news we got in the previous weeks about Michael Waldron's departure from the project, he's been writing that script for quite some time. And in lieu of us having to wait for official updates, probably until next year, we have some industry insider updates coming from two totally different sources today, sort of corroborating each other and talking about Dr. Doom's major plan for Avengers 5 and what we can expect from the films that come in between Avengers 5, Doomsday, and Secret Wars. We're breaking down all the latest updates for the plot, Doom's plan, what's going to very literally happen with the landscape of the MCU, and even how Avengers 5 is probably going to end, now revealed. We're breaking it all down, but first, if you could grab the subscribe button. We do daily Marvel content at the channel, that's all we do, so if that sort of thing's for you, hit the sub button and leave a comment down below. That will automatically enter you to win our ongoing PS5 giveaway. You can stick around to the end of the video, we get into all the giveaway stuff again there. Also, my band All Fires is playing our very first show in Atlanta, Georgia on September 1st, so if you live in the area or you plan on being in town for one of the million things going on that weekend like Dragon Con, tickets are cheap, only $15 but limited, so we would love to see you guys at the show. I'll leave a link down in the description and in the comments, and if you do come by, make sure to stick around after the set and say hi. I'll definitely be hanging out. Now, the first update has definitely been making its rounds on social media over the last couple of days, but it originates 2 days ago with the industry insider and anonymous Twitter scoopster My Time to Shine Hello, who tweeted out this, quote, Dr. Doom's plan in Doomsday is the following. Doom isn't truly evil, he believes he's saving the multiverse from incursions. According to his twisted logic, the only way for the multiverse to survive is to unify all universes in one place, parentheses, Battleworld, under his rule. He sees this as the sole path to ensuring survival for everyone. Now, before we get into the next part of this update, because like I said, coming from a totally different source, it sort of corroborates this and explains what's going to happen at the end of the film. We're going to get there. But if this sounds a little familiar, that's because it is. What's described here by My Time to Shine Hello has a deep running parallel with Thanos from the Infinity Saga, that for both of the villains, and at least from their own point of view, they were the hero in the storyline. They saw a major problem and their solution forward meant the peril of many so that a few could survive. Instead of snapping away half the souls in the universe, it's literally him destroying most of the timelines in the multiverse, uniting them all under Battleworld. And look, from the comics, both Doom and Thanos had enormous egos, definitely had a ton of manifest destiny, thinking that they were the only ones who could and should wield that type of power, but they are also very different characters. And the last thing the Russos are going to want to do is basically recycle the stories or any of the story elements like the main villain from Infinity War and Avengers Endgame. They're acutely aware of not repeating themselves, you can be sure of that, and so, pun totally intended, I'm sure that they're going to create some very stark differences between the two. Now, following it up with the second industry insider report, and I love when there's corroborating reports existing in at the same time because it really starts to paint a picture of what might actually be going on. This came from industry insider Daniel Rickman. You guys can follow him over on Twitter at RPK News, who recently indicated that all of the projects that come between Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars will actually be set in Battleworld. Now again, this was an independent and completely different update than what My Time to Shine Hello says, which means obviously, if you read between the lines here, the Avengers are not going to be successful in Avengers 5 in stopping Dr. Doom from creating the ultimate incursions and then thusly creating Battleworld, bringing all of the remaining timelines all together in one place. That is going to be obviously what happens at the end of Avengers 5 if every project set between the two Avengers films takes place in Battleworld. One basically proves the other. Now, he did add one caveat and basically said that they would be set in Battleworld if they came between Doomsday and Secret Wars if it wasn't a prequel. And if you're wondering which film Marvel Studios might put out that's a prequel to Avengers Doomsday, I'm thinking that's Spider-Man 4 if it should find itself on the calendar between those two Avengers films, and only because I don't think Sony really has the bandwidth with what they're working with Marvel to include that many Avengers, and wants to try to write the Spider-Man 4 story in the context of existing in Battleworld. That may be too complicated, both contractually and story-wise, so I would suspect if Spider-Man 4 should find its way onto the calendar again in late 2026 or early 2027, say that February slot in 2027 before Avengers Secret Wars, then I think it would basically be a prequel story. There is, however, one date from Marvel Studios between the two Avengers films, November 6th, to be announced in 2026. And interestingly enough, Armor Wars was a title that took place during Battleworld. Rhodey actually has Stormbreaker. It's a completely crazy story, and I don't suspect that's what they're going to be going with. But since Daniel RPK says if it's not a prequel, and I doubt that November 6th film is going to be one, that's going to be the film. Whatever that title is, November 6, 2026, is going to be a film that is set in Battleworld between the two Avengers films. And again, after the events of Avengers Doomsday, but before the events of Avengers Secret Wars. And man, I can't wait to see what title that's going to end up being. But you guys let me know all your thoughts down below. How exactly are they going to differentiate between Doom and Thanos without just rerunning the same sympathetic I think I'm the hero storyline? And how do you suspect they're going to handle Battleworld in the MCU? I am all ears as always. Let me know down in the comments. Quickly, let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. Alright, we're still giving away PlayStation 5s at the channel. We're just going to keep doing that until the PlayStation 5 Pro or the 6 comes out. At this rate, who knows which is first. The next giveaway is with Agatha All Along, which should come out in the next 30 to 60 days. If you want to be entered to win or for any other future giveaways, all the same rules will always apply. You need to be a subscriber, so hit the sub button, then leave a comment down below, and because it's truly random, the more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners will always be announced live at the end of the videos in the same segment we're doing this announcement here, with the winning comment shown on screen again when there is one, and I announce it, verify it. There's a whole process, so please be safe and vigilant on every platform. And if you think something is a scam, it probably is. No YouTuber or content creator will ever charge you for shipping. The best way to keep up with the content has always been to hit the notification bell with all notifications turned on. And as always, if you liked today's video, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit the like button. My name is Michael Roman. You can find me in a couple of places: Instagram and Twitter at IamFires. You can also find me on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, Apple, iTunes, wherever you listen to original music under the name AllFires. And while I sincerely appreciate you checking my music out, thanks for checking this channel out. Stick around. We'll be posting again real soon.